Hello, my neighbors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Town to City. Episode 3, Belvau, the bustling, beautiful town. So if I take a look at the needs here, all of a sudden I have leisure added, new research items. We've got new research equipment, which allows me to build another research building, which, given that I have 10 people unemployed, might be not a bad idea. We allow for the maximum amount of transportation workers to increase. Removing rocks. These are leisure, puppet theater, street organ, kiosk theater, ball throw. Barber is for apparel. Bistro is a high range and above average production restaurant. You got City Hall, which allows you to adjust the tax rates, and then plaza decorations. The upgrade roads is really, really important, I find, so I'm going to get that right now. Draw over previously built roads to upgrade them. Upgrading roads is expensive, but it significantly reduces the transport costs of warehouses. When it says it's significantly expensive, it is eye-wateringly expensive, but it's worth it. So you just paint over the roads you've already made and as you can see, the $50 I have gets me this much road. That's it. But if you mouse over the transportation, the labor costs for your transporters, so like right now they have a demand of 270. See that? Even adding this much road, 267. I added like a foot of road. So the transportation costs for this warehouse all the way out here, if there was an upgraded road, we could like have it. It's pretty awesome. See, upgraded roads are very, very, very useful to roll out everywhere when you have the chance. Let's get another research center. Maybe that should be our next project. The other thing to know that you're working towards is Belvau is the first city where there's a certain amount of quests, and then eventually you get to unlock Fonterbach, or however, I'm not French, I don't speak this, but and this is locked once we do a little more progress in the first area. And this area unlocks the concept of farmers, an agrarian sort of an agrarian village, but we haven't unlocked it yet. We will in time. And then the third territory, if you're wondering, is not in. It's not in early access yet. There's a lot of games that will have like decoration mechanics, and I very, very, very rarely commit to bothering to do it. But this is one of those games where it's like, I don't know. I just like to do it. I don't know what's functionally different, but it's just so pretty that you're like, oh, sure. There we go. A little more section of road. And that section of road actually put one of my warehouse workers out of work. Because bringing goods into this warehouse became so easy that the third person working in this small warehouse was unnecessary. So that's like one of the benefits of the nicer roads. Alright. The next thing I want to research is going to be the upgraded research center, so that we can have 2 research centers, because I have 11 people that are not working right now, and it would be good for them to have jobs. You want to live where there's nature decorations, but there's no available houses. Maybe I'll put you here and actually put some nature decorations in. So I still have some of the things in the Hamlet tier yet to be done, but in order to get more of the research projects done quicker, I'll go ahead and get the new research equipment, and then we can cycle back, getting the Hamlet stuff next. Oh, and there goes all my money. So upgrading houses is 2.5 times more expensive than building new ones. So if you're trying to pinch pennies and you're not hurting for land, it probably makes more sense to just build new houses instead of upgrade. In this case, these people are asking for a house that has a lot of lights, and this is the only house that has a bunch of lights installed around it. So if I want to, you can also just hit this X and dismiss the family. So if you don't like the request, because, for instance, the lighting request is kind of annoying, you can always just dismiss them. Say, like, no, I'm not going to accommodate your request. There we go. I actually did. All right, services. There were definitely some homes with much fewer services. Specifically, this one has a lot fewer services. It only has cheese, fruit, butcher, and shoemaker, so this is the Hout of Gout. Luckily, the shoemaker helps to have good-fitting shoes. And there's not much to... Well, actually, I could probably fix that. It only needs to be nudged a little bit. There it goes. Just got reconnected to a bunch of things. Alright, once I have the money for the second research center, we'll stick that in. And here's another reason... Oh, so speaking of having enough money, here's another reason to upgrade the houses. Like, this person wants to live with a lot of houses around, so putting them in a second story keeps them happy. I am almost... No, I misread that. Never mind. I am at my capacity for the shoemaker entirely. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people working in the shoemaker. They produce 160 and the demand is 142. So pretty soon I will not have shoemaker, connections for all homes, because I'm just about out. Keep it in mind. And it's one of the reasons why, from a design standpoint, trying to have like one of every type of service, unless you have a massive city, isn't all that rational. Because like right now, if I built, let's say I built an optician, a puppet theater, a street organ, a ball throw, a barber, I just wouldn't have enough people to work in all of them. So you should pick and choose given what you need and what is most efficient. It's also why I mentioned before, once you unlock the artisan class, consolidating and compressing all of your luxury needs into one specific neighborhood to satisfy the artisans is kind of important. Okay, I have plenty for the research building. No available homes. The homes that are going to be easiest to supply with the needs is the ones built like directly around the shops over here, because obviously they're going to be supplied. Okay, we have doubled the amount of researchers we have. We still have leftover labor pool. And before we move fully into the village tier, I want to unlock the hamlet tier, all the hamlet tier stuff. So the butcher is just about at its production max. Taking a look at the services again. Only this house is screwed. Maybe I can move it. Still screwed? I'll move it right here. You want to live in the center of town? I'll give you a nice driveway. Or walkway. There. Much better. And sometimes even just like small tweaks like that is enough to balance your needs. You know, if you just see like one house as a problem, it might not make sense to spool up like a whole new subset of services for it, but just like move the house a little bit. Get it out of that food desert. Okay, there's this house that is in a bit of a desert, but it's not that they're unhappy. I mean, if we take a look at the happiness is 92, so it could be better, but it could be worse. I will move them as well over here. Going from a 5 to a 7. You want to be near some, a house that wants to be near plaza decorations. So I'm going to put them here. There's a lot of plaza decorations around here, and I think that will, I think it's the first time I've had plaza decoration, desires. But there's like a lot of street lamps and oh, no, dismiss. 19%? Okay. We got pretty close. There we go, clean 20. Take a look at the housing traits. I still got 20s for everything. And then as far as services go, everyone has at least... There's two houses over here that are like a little low on services, but generally speaking, everybody has some pretty good service. The last thing I wanted to unlock was the Fountain of Seasons, which is going to be at 400. I'm going to dismiss this family. They wanted to be in their leisure decorations, but I don't actually have any leisure decorations at the moment. So they're bound not to have their needs satisfied. And as such, I might as well just like dismiss. And I found myself a little bit of extra money. The other thing that is worth noting is when you upgrade the roads, people's access to the shops change. So, for instance, if we take a look at the access to services, these two houses just got access to one more service as a result of this road being more quick to walk. So if I wanted to connect these houses to services, I could also just upgrade their road too. That's another viable solution. So I bet if I worked my way up like this, I could increase their access to some of the markets that they didn't have access to before. Okay, we have that fountain. That fountain is rather expensive, but it's the first sort of like monument. Provides 50 decoration points to nearby buildings, depending on distance. And I absolutely do not have the money for it. Poor Drake, thank you for the resub. And Roy, too. And Kadath. A while back. Because I've been paying attention. Now, you might have noticed, I've been pretty careful about not putting the houses, like, directly on top of one another. You can design your town as, like, a dingy, dense borough. The game won't necessarily stop you from doing that, but you are low-key kind of discouraged. That's all the decorations. They're keeping me distracted. You aren't wrong. So now that we have the entire hamlet tier up, what do you want me to unlock next? Now we're looking for leisure. So there's puppet, organ, or ball throw. These are all leisure. Barber, bistro is food. Barber is apparel. But these are leisure. And then this leads to the kiosk theater once you unlock the previous two. So because we're starting to demand leisure, I figure I would only offer leisure choices in the poll here. Alright. Oh, another light lover. I'm gonna dismiss them. I don't have a place for them to be. Alright, street organ. You got it. Let's build our first entertainment. Now, the people that have the least needs met are these two houses up here and these two houses down here. So, in order to keep things sort of balanced, I'm gonna put the street organ here, pretty close to these two houses, so that they can benefit more than others because of the adjacency. So unlike other commerce buildings, this building does not require transport. And as you can see, it has a rather high upkeep. It's expensive, but it has really easy transportation. So then if you take a look at the, like, these houses that were less happy a minute ago, their happiness has gone back up. So the only sad areas is like this. Wait, who? Oh, this house and these houses, because they're on the outskirts and not getting the full services they want. You desire to be near Plaza. There you go. I have 14 unemployed. Alright, let's get the puppet theater. And then I'm planning on putting the puppet theater over near these houses. I'll probably put it a more central location, maybe here. Where this, so let's move this bench. Move the hopscotch. And then as soon as I can afford the puppet theater, plop it down here. And hope it hits these two homes for surfaces. So if we zoom out and check services, yep, they're now granted that service. And as a result, they went from 80s to nearly 100% happiness. It's not too complicated. And given that it's slightly happier down that way, I'll add another home for this family, the Jordan family. Cool. So how are we doing in the research tree? What to unlock next? I'm going to include all the options here. So we can do, let's see, kiosk, theater, ball throw, bistro, barber, city hall, plaza, or warehouse workers. There's the full set of options. And with any extra money that I have, I'm going to try to make an effort to upgrade my roads so that the logistics is easier. And as you can see, I'm focusing on the main roads here, plus this area. I mean, that was just like an experiment. So as the game mentioned, because I see City Hall as being the popular choice, the City Hall allows you to adjust the tax rates. Now, I am making $3,148 a day, and I can only have $4,000 in my coffers. So I'm making almost everything that fits in my bank account per day already. It's not to say that I'm saying, hey, I don't need it, but, you know, the demand for more money is pretty low. It's a pretty casual game, and like, you don't need to min-max. There's no real need for that. Regardless, you guys wanted City Hall, so that's, I guess, what we'll get next. I think I have everything I need for it. Perfect. So once I have the money, I'll try to save up the money for the City Hall. Oh, you want to be near food. Put you there, right next to all the food markets. It's also one of those games, like, if you have, if you want things to be quite orderly, you're gonna lose your mind, because, nothing's ever really all that orderly. It's never perfect. But, luckily I'm pretty happy with, like, close enough. Close enough is good enough. So right now we're saving up for City Hall, which means I shouldn't touch my bank account for a little bit. And then you guys can choose what we unlock next. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten any quest prompts in a bit. Day in the life of a person. God, look at all those names. Where's the butcher? Oh, here it is. Alright, Team Bistro. You're on it. Now, speaking of bistro, this person wants to live near food shops. There you go. There goes the money I was saving up, but, you know, whatever. 'Twas worth it. And we're 2 people away from a small town. So before we go for a small town, let's go ahead and commit to getting the city hall. Oh no! I was here all along! Dang it! My name is Dang It now. That's gonna be confusing. There. $9 more, come on. Give me them dollary dues. Alright, I'm gonna put the town hall right up front. We won't hide the fact that we have taxes. And once the town hall is built, we'll get access to a new tab. More than half of the town is just kids. I mean, yeah. I guess. It's not unusual. It's a new town, right? New up-and-coming town. So you can change the tax rate of the residents by clicking the town hall. Here it is. Open the tax menu. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give you 5% taxes. It's pretty generous. All right, we can officially go to village. But I don't want to do just yet because the people that live here are not getting their smiles on. I want to get those smiles. Wait, what the heck? Oh, I put the trees in the wrong spot. Okay. There you go. Now it's decorated. Spamming trees. Give him a little lamppost. Give him a well. Okay. Huh. Look at the light bank there. Alright, so now that we've done all that, let's become a village. Housewares are now needed, and we have research tier 4. We also unlocked Fontabrach. Crops are used to supply powerful crop-powered commerce buildings to satisfy the needs of your residents and make them even happier. Alright, what I'm going to be doing is playing a little bit more of Belvau before moving over to Fontebrock. We'll move over to Fontebrock at the 2-hour mark. I dreamed of my friends, and they were trapped in a maze and couldn't find their way out. It was so good. Could you, pretty please, with sugar on top, create a really, really super good maze for us? One with tall hedges and lots of twists, and a bench in the middle where we can meet. I bet everyone will love it, even grown-ups. Okay. Well, let's put our maze right next to City Hall to symbolize the red tape of bureaucracy. Then you will be amazed by my maze making. Probably not, actually. You know, if it's next to City Hall, shouldn't it be like an unsolvable maze? Or have like a toilet in the middle? A toilet labeled suggestion box? There. It's maze-like. It's not terrible. And then it wants me to place seating in the maze. So... here we go. 1. I already have the requirements fulfilled because there were like other benches around that fulfilled the requirements for this. There. I'm rather happy with how that came out. And to solve it, you would go... like that. Rather easy. It's easy from a sky view, maybe not as a on foot. Amazing! Now we can get all super really lost in the maze. I can't wait to try it out. Hey everyone, the maze is done. Let's go. Give me a boatload of money. I like that. Okay, what was I doing? I was upgrading roads. And we just put another transport worker out of work. RIP! Alright, we did just unlock Bistro, and I have yet to actually build one. So let's go ahead and do that. A Bistro, as well as the Butcher, is a way for you to have a larger range than the... I'm going to put it here. Than the, you know, the food stalls, which is very helpful when it comes to trying to build out a supply network. So across the street from the bistro, I'll have some picnic tables with a light and a well. I don't know why I keep putting wells in. Wells is just a weird thing to have. Public wells sounds strange. Alright. And I'm just going to fill this bistro up with, like, workers, because there's basically demand for it for everywhere. And this bistro happened to connect to literally every home that we had, which is why it's so, and it provides luxury, of course, which is why it's such a nice building to serve up. What do we unlock next, guys? We've got kiosk theater, ball throw, which are both recreation and leisure, barber, plaza, warehouse workers. There is also, of course, the artisan class and some of the houseware goods, but I want to do at least one more of the village tier first. Have you pick. No one's using it. God, I spent so much time and effort on this. lovely maze. But I really like the flexibility of just building whatever you want, right? I mean, you can really go wild with designs. Which is pretty sweet. I'm also like low-key running out of places for people to live. So I'm gonna have to start building out a new neighborhood down maybe this way. And on this street, it's all sunflowers. Awesome. Here you go. There's your home. Oh, there's a new request. So you guys want a barber? Let's get a barber. And I'll put one in. So in terms of apparel, we have got 2 apparels right here. So the people up here probably need access to apparel. I don't have an optician yet either, but I'll start with a barber. So we'll put a barber in here with like a nice pond view. And we'll get that hired up in a minute. Work is done. Time for home. Worked so hard. Sure would be nice to hang out with others after hours. Would be nice. So, no such place. Mayor create? Mayor... Why are you talking like that? Mayor create. Place to meet, like a park. But not with work building around. Enough work. Place that make us happy. A place without work? Here. Okay, apparently... wait, where? Okay. Have a place, no shops or houses in the quest area. Done. Place seating within the area. Okay. So first, let's have like a path for it. I'm gonna do a round path. And I'm gonna have it curve up to it. Because I haven't really used a lot of curves, so why not? Alright, so seating in the quest area. We'll do picnic tables, because it seems fitting. I'll put 4 of them in. We want fences in the quest area, flowers in the quest area, and trees in the quest area. So we'll next go with fences. We'll do like a low farm fence thing here. God, I would picnic the hell out of this place. Hang on. Demolish from this point. Can we go? No, okay. Alright, flowers. Next up, flowers. And then trees. I like that a lot. Happy meeting place is done. Yeah, hell yeah. You know what? It is missing, however, a lamp. Maybe another lamp. Hello, I meet you. Hello, you and I talk? Talk about what? Work. Of course. Alright, Plaza Tech will be next. And... oh my god, barber. There's infinite demand for the barber. Got it. Okay, so the barber is servicing about half our town with apparel, or 3/4. You desire a home on the water. There you go. Perfect. We'll get that up. And then you want leisure buildings nearby. Nah, I don't have enough leisure buildings for that. So get lost, lady. Or family. Whoever you were. Often, because, you know, people ask to come into your towns often enough. Like, it's not necessary to accommodate every request. If you're gonna have to go out of your way for it, I'm just gonna be like, nope. All right, let's check in with the trait happiness. All trait happiness is 20s. Regular happiness, they're not as happy as I'd like them to be. They have these homes here have somewhat limited access to food. Like this one only has access to the bistro. So what I could do in this case is put up some pop-up stalls around here, because we do have free we have a few free workers, and this big warehouse can probably serve this area, especially if I upgrade the roads here and all the way back to the warehouse eventually. What, there's literally no demand for this? Okay. Thought I was doing something nice for you. You have poultry, butcher, bistro, cheese. So forget this cheese, apparently. And put in vegetables and fruit. And now there's so much demand for it that I can't even supply the labor for it. Which is exactly why I have all these extra people working in the research, so that they can be quickly added to the workforce over here. And once I upgrade this road, it will be a little bit easier to service that area. All right, you want to live somewhere with a plaza decorations, so you can live here, and I'll add plaza decorations around it. We'll do some hopscotch, a slide, and a sunshade, a parasol, as well as a flag. Bollards? Is this a bollard? Yeah, it is a bollard. Alright, I'm gonna give you bollards for your home. Bollards for the dullard. And there you go, you're at a 20. You're not picky, and you're not picky. Perfect. Do the ponds have fish? Not as far as I know. Oh, we did it! And we did it so good that we have to fire a warehouse worker. Alright, research options. Let's plan on getting our first houseware, because we're not supplying housewares right now. So the first houseware we could offer up is carpentry, smithing, or launderer. What houseware to get? Laundry. So the smithy unlocks eventually like clockmaking and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna call it smithy or carpentry. So you guys can pick. And then while you vote on that, I'm just going to upgrade better boots. So increases the luxury of the shoemaker, because I already have a shoemaker, so we'll just have the shoemaker get more luxury. So here's our shoemaker, and now it provides additional luxury because it's been boosted. Here, as you can see, the requirements for the town is that I have 30 happy artisans. I did just hit the 2-hour mark, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in our first houseware service, which is going to be a launderer, and then we're going to move over to the farm town. But I like how this came out. It looks believable. A little French coastal town or something. Yeah, organic, exactly. I agree. And that's something this game does pretty well, is you are disincentivized to have, like, subdivision-esque, Truman Show-looking, like, cramped, quartered stuff, because your happiness will plummet. It's possible. But the premise of this game is that you don't do that. So here's our launderer. The first of the housewares. And it is low range, but high production capacity. And these ranging capacity is one of those things that you're going to have to think about as you design for services, specifically when it comes to the artisan class, because the artisans are harder to please than your townsfolk, your standard townsfolk. I'm not adding anyone else to this new town at the moment, so that we can move on once this is built. So you can see the somewhat limited scope of the laundry, but I'll stick it back here. It's a weird spot for it. And now, houseware and leisure is about a 5% supply. Also, if you're wondering, you can be like over 100% happiness. So the people reporting 100% happiness, like, might even be higher than that. And there is, of course, if you look at the research tree, there is a lot more left to do in this, to reach city mode, right? Like, I'm not done, but I'm moving on because I wanted to show the farm mechanics. Thank you for tuning in to Town to City, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow villagers.